everyone, and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is Snapshot 24W21A for Minecraft 1.21, and we got a lot to cover in this snapshot. But first, I want to bring you up to speed on what's been happening with the 15-year Minecraft birthday celebrations. We have already covered the beginning of this in this video. If you didn't get to see it, a quick reminder, there are free capes that you can get your hands on over these 2 weeks of 15-year anniversary celebrations. And if you have already claimed your TikTok or Twitch cape and you're a Java user and you're wondering why it's not showing up in your account, just sit tight. These are going to be available for Java accounts on July the 8th. So make sure you redeem them now and you'll get them on July the 8th. And of course, if this is news to you and you want to get one of these capes, go and check out that video. But since that video, there's obviously been a few more days of celebrations, and on day 5, it was a merchandise drop. So yeah, if any of this official Minecraft merchandise tickles your fancy, there's a link to this tweet in the description box below. And on day 5, they also did a giveaway for a $500 gift card. On the 6th day, a 15-year anniversary map was published for free on the Minecraft Marketplace. This was made with Orville Studios, and I've seen some videos of it. It actually looks like a really high quality map, so if you're a Bedrock player, maybe this is one to check out. And that reminds me that the Realms map that I covered in the previous video, that is available for all Java players because there is a download link right here on the page. So if you want to check out that world, you don't have to just have a Realms subscription. And on day 7, a Party Supplies add-on pack was made available for free. Again, this was made with Orville Studios, and that's some content for the Bedrock Marketplace. Now, for a lot of you watching, I imagine this isn't terribly exciting. I'm just trying to give you a sense of what the celebrations have been like so far. And for me, I'm not going to be terribly optimistic about anything crazy happening in the future. But of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay in the know. The first of many things we're going to cover today is the piston sound, which has officially been reverted and had its volume lowered. So there is an acknowledgement that the previous piston sound wasn't the right fit for the game, and they've simply addressed the feedback by lowering the sound of pistons. But they've actually done this in 2 ways. You see, the piston is quieter. However, as we back away here, it gets quieter faster than other redstone components. This is especially interesting when you have a big old noise machine and then you can barely hear it. I should also point out the website doesn't really mention giving it a try with another sound. I suspect maybe in the future they might attempt that, but for now I think this is an okay compromise. However, the way in which the piston sounds lowers when you get further away from it might feel a bit strange when you're looking at all the redstone activating. Alright, I think this next one is a big deal because this snapshot brings data-driven jukebox changes. This means that through data packs, we can customize our experience with the jukebox. For example, I've got a Heart of the Sea here, but actually, it can now be a record disc. And here in my inventory, I've got a normal one, and you can see this one here has some additional components, and it displays the name of the song it's going to play. This was done using this command, which adds a jukebox playable tag and then defines which song it is. But even cooler, you can add music to a data pack and then define the music from that command. This comes with more customizability too. The sound event is how we put the sound onto the item you saw a moment ago. The description would be the equivalent of the artist and the song name. You can define the length in seconds for how long the record lasts, and even its comparator output. So now there's a bunch of data inside of the game for each of these different record discs. You can see here where the length in seconds is defined and the comparator output, and all of the different songs have been moved over to this system. And when you want to put this on an item like we just saw, you have the song to define what song it is. You can also hide the tooltip as well. So yes, these changes make it much easier for you to bring custom music into the game. And it also addresses this old issue too, where custom music would get cut off by the vanilla disc's music length. All in all, a pretty fantastic change if you ask me. So here's an issue that's plagued the game for quite some time. You're riding an entity, you go into another portal, and nothing happens. This has been addressed with the introduction of a new game rule, which is entities with passengers can use portal. By default, it's set to false, but you can set it to true. Let's go ahead and do that. And now if we hop on our Strider, you can see that we go through, still mounted on the entity, into the Nether. And this is actually one of the oldest bugs in the game. Number 67. The solution here is to fix that without changing the default state of the game, so using the game rule you can enable this. There are a couple of other fixes related to nether portals too. I've come to a new location to create this portal so that there's no portal linked on the opposite side, and when I throw these items through, they would have previously not created a portal on the opposite side, but now when we go through, it's created a portal. This also relates to an issue where non-player entities going through the portal, not only could they not generate them, if it wasn't linked to another portal, they couldn't go through. If you've ever done something technical with chunk loaders, I've got a feeling that this is a fix for that. Along with a new game rule, we've also got a new command, or better yet, an entity selector here, which is @n. So previously, if you just wanted to select an entity that's a chicken, you'd also have to include this, a limit of 1 chicken, and then also sort it to be the nearest. But now the n selector does that for you, so you can simply type in the name of the entity that you want. And that makes it ever so easy for me to ride a chicken down into a hole. Next up, some changes to things that unfortunately I don't have access to, but I can kind of give you the gist of it. So when connected to a server, the pause menu can include a list of links provided from that server, and the disconnect screen has been improved too. So when you get disconnected from a server, it seems that there's now going to be more information about how you got disconnected and the option to do some bug reporting to send that information to the server you've disconnected from. As for the server links, there will be a new button called Server Links that shows up in the Pause game screen. And it's these two buttons here that apparently moved somewhere else into the interface to make way for a button you can click on and see that list of links. And both of these aren't terribly exciting, but I think they're just going to help subtly improve your online multiplayer experiences. And of course, if you're a server owner and you want the technical info on how to implement this, it's all in the article, which will be linked in the description box below. And speaking of multiplayer servers, if you play on realms, any player in a realm can now upgrade a world. And on the main screen, all online players in a realm will be displayed. And if you hover over them, there will be a tooltip that shows each player's head and name. When it comes to the trial chambers, we have 2 changes. They are now less likely to generate near the deep dark biome. But rather ironically, the first one that I teleport to has one of these right next door. To be fair though, the exact wording is in the deep dark biome, and this is certainly not in it, it's just near it. We've also had a new sound added to the vault blocks for when a player isn't able to actually pick up any loot. It's called Reject Rewarded Player, and here's what it sounds like. This was added to help players know if they've already looted a vault. Animal Panic has now been moved into tag lists. You've probably seen this, but you might not know what I mean straight away. Do you see how the pig moves faster after we punch it? That's because it's panicking, and that always lasts for 2 seconds. So the panic is now based on predefined damage sources, and there are 2 of them. Panic Environmental Causes is used by adult polar bears, pandas, and wolves. And baby polar bears and all other animals use the ones in this list called Panic Causes. So here you can see things like a trident attack, magic, which is from potions, or an explosion, for example. If you've ever put down doors next to each other in this game, you'll know that the orientation can be changed based on which side of the block you place it. If you put it down next to an existing door, it'll automatically switch to connect them like this. And basically this wasn't working between copper doors and their waxed variants. Similar to this, the bolt armor trim smithing template couldn't be duplicated with waxed blocks of copper, but now in this snapshot they can. And then there's the Thorns enchantment, which you can put on armor, and I've put that onto this villager. If we now attack it with the wind charge attack, the Thorns effect can be applied back to us, as you saw it right there. And last of all, I'll mention that once again there are loads of under the hood changes related to attributes, and there's a bunch of renamed tags as well. But that's it for me and my coverage of this snapshot. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to catch future snapshot videos, and I'll see you soon with another. Thank you. Bye-bye.